What is going on YouTube? This is Jolt's World here, back again at the speed of light, and welcome to another IDL video, which stands for the Infinity Draft League. And we are here playing the week 6 match against, I believe, the toughest opponent for me in this league, because Levenant, he's an excellent battler, and over that his team is scary, so scary. Like, you're seeing it on the screen right now. It's scarier than that if you look at his roster, because he had a Suicune, he had a Cresselia as well, he had an Amoonguss, he had a Mega Ampharos. So, you know, looking at those Pokemon, the bulk in his team, and then even other than his bulk, he has a Zoroark, he has a Nidoking, which speaks versatility. He has a Mienshao as well, which reckless high jump kick, wrecks everything. Then Heatran is no joke either, because it has 130 base special attack, which hits super hard. So his team is the best team in the league, and it's by far the best team I've ever seen. So it was super scary while I was going into this battle. Also, another note before we get into the battle and the explanation of my team and stuff, now I'll be able to give you better content, because now I've got a better editing software. And believe it or not, before I used to use Windows Movie Maker. Moment of silence, please. Okay, moment is done. I mean, ask yourself, if you get an option between Movie Maker and no editing software, what will you choose? Movie Maker, right?
Oh, hell no!
So let's go on with what he's bringing. He's bringing the Zoroark, which is always a pain to handle, because you don't know when it is the Zoroark, and if you use it well, then it's really good. Then the next Pokemon he has is one of my favorite fighting types ever, Mienshao, because I just love using this thing, because it's so powerful. Like, it just runs through teams, especially with that high jump kick. It can sweep late game as well, so that's always a terrifying one to have. Then after that, you have the Nidoking, which speaks versatility. Like, this Pokemon you're seeing right in front of you, Nidoking, is a beast. Like, one of the best draft league Pokemon ever. You know, honestly speaking, it's tier 3, but it's the best in tier 3, and maybe even the best Pokemon. Can even be an MVP, because you don't know what he's gonna bring, so that's why you can run physical, special, and many moves, etc, etc. And then Klefki, the annoying machine, swagger, showing his swag off with them keys. Didn't want to face this thing, but he bought it, so I was really sad when I saw it on the opposing team. So yeah, that is there. And then after Cryogonal, really good special bulk, really bad physical bulk, really good speed tiers, so you know it can outspeed many Pokemon, and overall a decent tier 5 Pokemon. Then he had the Heatran, an excellent steal, a really hard hitting mon with with the 130 special attack, Magma Storm. You can even run it bulky with Stealth Rocks, Roar, so it can be run in many forms, and it's a really good Pokemon all in all. So now let's go across my team and the set I was bringing. So Kyurem Black was a substitute Dragon Claw, Outrage, and Fusion Bolt set, because it sweeps through his team really well. Max attack, max speed, Jolly Nature with 4 in HP. Then after that I had the Celebi. Now this set I don't really want to reveal, because I'm thinking of using this in a future match, maybe. So yeah, I don't want to reveal this set. Sorry if you wanted to know, but I really don't want to reveal this set at this point. It's a really good set, that's why. And then the next Pokemon I have is Crobat, which is my counter to Mienshao, because if I don't have Crobat, then the Mienshao with high jump kick runs through my team. Even Clefable can't stop it. you know, cause it's a big pain. So Crobat is mainly my main shell counter, and if possible, even the Nidoking counter except for Ice Beam. So if he's Choice Scarfed, then it was my Nidoking counter as well. Then after that, it was running Tailwind just to help Kyurem Black Sweep, possibly late game. It had Swagger, you know, why not? Just why not? Then it had Toxic, always good to get a Toxic off. Then it had Brave Bird, just mainly for me and Chow, cause I just don't want to take the hit. I also need to pay it back and just kill it. So I had Brave Bird, and it does decently well to almost all the mons. So that's why I had Brave Bird. So no Roost, I was running Swagger over it, cause you know, I just wanted to. I just wanted to use some Swagger, especially to give Klefki his own treatment. So yeah, I had Swagger on there. Then after that, I had whatchamacallit, Arcanine holding the Shuka Berry, which was my counter to Nidoking. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Nidoking with Earth Power just, you know, kills it easily, but not really kills it. I think it can live a hit according to calcs. So, but it was my Nidoking counter, and that's why I had the Shuka Berry, so I can live one, and I can use Bulldoze, which I'm running. Then I had Will-O-Wisp in case he's physical. Then I had whatchamacallit, I had Flamethrower because I didn't want to run Flare Blitz, and Flamethrower is always a good move to run. I had whatchamacallit, I'm seeing a lot of it today. I had Morning Sun to get my health back, and I had max HP 200, special defense 56 in defense, and it was a minus speed nature and a plus special defensive nature. I don't know what you call it, so yeah, that's why I'm saying it in that fashion. Then I had Clefable, which I was planning as a late game sweeper with Calm Mind, Unaware, and non-magic card, because you know he had a Cresselia, he had a Suicune, so you know I don't want, like, even if the setup it's not gonna matter, so I had it, and that's why I had Rest on it. Then I had Moonblast, I had Moonblast, I had Calm Mind, and I had Rest, and I think I had Hidden Power Ground. Yes, I had Hidden Power Ground so that I can counter the Heatran, the Nidoking, and the Klefki. So I had that on. Then for my final mon, I bought Mega Aggron, not cause it does immensely well against this team. In fact, it does not do well, but I did not know what to bring, and Mega Aggron has put in a lot of work in this whole league for me. I need a Stealth Rock setter. It's always good to have Stealth Rocks. Plus, Mega Aggron has been my lucky charm, because whatever match I've bought it to, it has won, and whatever match I have not bought it to, I have lost. So that is why I had it on, just for good luck. So that's my team, you know, all of it except for Celebi. So let's just get on with the battle. So I lead on with the Arcanine, as he leads off with Klefki. So I lead with Arcanine because it does really good against his entire team, and I can bulldoze stuff as well, so I leave with that. He brings in his Heatran, and which was holding the air balloon, so you know bulldoze didn't affect it. But I went for the bulldoze in this case because if he stays in, he takes good amount of damage. If he does not stay in, he goes into Mienshao. Mienshao speed is slower. If he goes into Nidoking, speed is slower plus really good amount of damage. If he goes into Zoroark, once again speed is lowered, because his team is pretty fast, at least his offensive side. And also if he goes into Heatran, then the Heatran should mostly be dead, but he was holding the air balloon, so yeah, it was always the best play. And he wasn't going into the Cryogonal at this point in the beginning before knowing my set, so I straight up go into Crowry, because since it was holding the air balloon, I thought he had Earth Power and he'll go for Earth Power. So he goes for Flamethrower and pause right there. He goes for Flamethrower, which does a really good amount, and he gets the burn. At this point, I got really pissed because you know it was off to a decent start and everything was going good, and then after that I missed a Swagger, and I was like, I have lost this game because me and Shah's gonna run through my team and all of that, and I was like, I pretty much lost because, you know, it's luck is already not on my side and he's literally gonna run through my team. So at this point I just go into Megatron because I literally had nothing else that wants to, you know, break his balloon, because Kurum is a really important one for me, and you know, I don't want it. I know that the Heatran can overcome me with Flash Cannon, so I didn't want to go into that. Then Celebi was important to me, so I didn't want to go into that. Then Clefable, I don't want to waste my Clefable. It's supposed to be my late game sweeper, which is really important. And Arcanine, I was still worried about Earth Power, and I couldn't touch it. Like, the moves I had were Will-O-Wisp, Morning Sun, Bulldoze, and Flamethrower, so I could not touch this thing. And Megatron was the only one which I was ready to waste, and I knew I could live a Flamethrower. So I Mega Evolve. He goes for a Flamethrower. I take the Flamethrower, not well, but you know, I just go for a Thunder Punch. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell the set for Megatron as well. It was having Stealth Rocks, Heavy Slam, Thunder Punch, and Earthquake. So yes, that was my set. And here I decided to preserve Megatron because I knew he was gonna go for a Flamethrower, so I just go into Legend, as now I can touch it with Bulldoze. So he goes for Flamethrower, I take it well, and I just go for the safe play. I go for Bulldoze as we switches out into his Faceless, that is Cryogonal. So look at this, I didn't really know what he wants to do, so I go into my Megatron as he goes for Hidden Power. At this point I did not know what Hidden Power it was. Instantly I thought it might be Hidden Power 5. I didn't really give a lot of thought to it. So he kills me with 2 Hidden Powers, being faster. So I faint there, and it's 6-4 right now. Then I go into Celebi, and I decide to substitute, you know, quick play, substitute, and after that substitute he brings in his Molten, and till this point everything was going good for me, you know. I go for a Swords Dance, and he goes for a Flamethrower. I'm like, now I'm gonna keep on subbing, you know, till a certain thing happens, and then this happens. I misclick.
No! God! No! No!
So at this point I was going crazy. I was literally going crazy because I misclicked, and I could have literally won the entire game if I did not do that misclick, and I was so pissed at myself for doing that. And at this point I was like, I lost the game because that misclick cost me the entire game, because if that mistake did not happen I would have won the game. Like, at this point I was like, oh no, he's 6-3 and you know, he's gonna wreck through my team. But I had the Kiran Black and I had the amazing mon known as Clefable. So I go for Bulldoze as he goes into his Faceless, easily takes it. I just wanted to play safe, and here he goes for Hidden Power again, and Sugar Berry activates. So at this point I come to know that it was Hidden Power Ground and not Hidden Power Fire, and so taking advantage of that scenario, because I like, in my mind I knew he's running Cryogonal with Choice Scarf, because first of all, I know Lev. I've watched many of his videos, especially the IPSL ones, and in that whenever he brings Cryogonal, mostly I've seen him bring Choice Scarf Cryogonal, so I instantly thought that it was Choice Scarf. So I go into Terminator so that I can take it, and I can also get a sub up, almost a free sub, as he goes for another Hidden Power Ground. So I sub up, and at this point I was like, I can bring the game back if he makes certain switches, and he switches out, he goes into his Heatran. So I would have preferred the Me and Shell, because then I possibly would have been able to sweep, but okay, because I would have, Dragon Claw kills Me and Shell. So I straight up go for Fusion Bolt, which another I get a crit, but 2 Fusion Bolts would have killed anyway, so that didn't really matter. So I just go for the Dragon Claw in case he switches out or something, and then after that I was at this point I was like, at least I'm not getting 6-0'd. So he goes into his main shell, which was pretty obvious. I completely saw that coming. So I go for intimidate by going into legend, and he goes for a jump kick and pause right there. Jump kick, guys. Jump kick, IP man, aka me and Shao, new meta. I don't know why he's running jump kick, but he's just running it, and that actually made me happy, cause why not? You know, it's just good for me. And I go for Will-O-Wisp and I connect. So at this point I was like, oh, okay, situation is kind of under control. You know, I got a Will-O-Wisp off on me and Shao, and I was so happy I did not miss the Will-O-Wisp, because luck was really bad. Like luck was hacks was against me, like completely bad. Like first the burn and then the swagger miss. I won't really count misclick as hacks, cause it's just me. I'm always in a hurry. Like when if you would see this live, then you would notice that I like take decisions like instantly, cause I just know what I'm doing, and then I misclick by mistake. So yeah, that it is what it is. You can't change it. So he goes for a jump kick, and I faint. And at this point I was like, this is the perfect time to bring in my Clefable and start setting up the calm mines, because you know, setting up calm mines is always good at this point when you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So he goes into his Nido King as I go for a calm mine, and this is where I was so happy I had the poison curing berry. He goes for a poison jab. I take it, not like it does 40%, so that's still good. I go for HP ground to do some good amount of damage, half, and at this point I had nothing to lose. I was ready to risk everything, because you know, if I stayed in, Clefable dies anyway. So I go into Terminator, risking whether the poison jab kills me or not, but I had to. I had nothing to lose, like I say, and like I've said like 100 times this video. So he goes for a poison jab. I live the poison jab, and at this point I was hoping he's not choice scarfed, so I just go for a Dragon Claw, get the kill. And at this point I was like, okay, I might be able to win this, because Mian Chao is burnt, and even if he does have poison jab, it won't be able to kill me. So I was really happy at this point. He goes for into the Clef Key, and he goes for a knockoff after outspeeding me. At this point I did not check speed tiers, because I have no idea what Clef Key's speed is, so I didn't really know check that, and I was really shocked in a way, because he outspeeded me, but maybe Clef Key's fast. But at that point I was actually hoping he goes for swagger, or mainly I was hoping he goes for a swagger, because I had the lumber, and at +2 it would be really good, at least to get rid of Jingle, which is a big annoying pain against any team. So I just go into Clefable. At this point I had nothing to lose. He goes for a knockoff. I had no item, so I just set up my calm mind. I set up calm mind basically as he switches out and goes into the Mian Shao. So at this point I was like, he possibly has poison jab, and at this point I just keep on setting calm minds. You know, I had nothing to lose. You know, I just keep on going for calm minds, and he goes for poison jab. So I rest, because I didn't want to risk a burn, because poison jab plus poison jab kills me. So I go for a rest, not risking anything, and you know, just straight up playing how you play Clefable, just all. So he goes for another poison jab. I sleep a turn, then after that he goes for another poison jab, just going for poison jabs, and I sleep another turn, you know, 2 turns, and third turn, that's pretty obvious, when you rest 2 turns you sleep, and then the third turn you wake up. So he goes for another poison jab after this, and I wake up. So at this point I was like, every time I do it, it's gonna end up being like this. So I just go for a Moonblast, getting the kill. At this point my confidence was really high, because I had a chance of winning. So now he goes into his Clef Key, and here I just straight up click Calm Mind, and I was pretty shocked at the fact that the player of did so much. And I was like, before this I was like, I might be able to get this game in my bag after that bad run, because Clef Key it's not that high. It does not have that much of power, and it won't be an offensive cliff key, right? And I'm like, I might be able to win. And he goes for playoff and does so much. I was pretty shocked at that point. And I faint, and we lose 3-0. So I was pretty sad at this point, because you know, our record in week 4 was 3 wins and 1 loss, and now after losing week 5 and week 6, now our record is 3 wins and 3 losses. So I was pretty disappointed at myself for losing 2 weeks in a row, especially because even though my prep was decent, you know, just cause a misclick happened, I still won't reveal the set because it's just amazing. I don't want to reveal it. So I was pretty sad at this point because a misclick lost me the game, and it is what it is. You can't change the past, and so you should not feel sad about, you know, thinking of the bad times, because you can't change them. So it is what it is. And good game to Lev, a really good guy. He has helped me a lot throughout YouTube and even before that. So great guy, check him out. His channel link will be in the description down below. It was a fun game, and I just have no words. Like that misclick, like I literally went crazy at that point, and then I did not calc and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that was an offensive clef key. I think that was choice bandit or choice scarf. So yeah, we lost, but hopefully it does not happen next week. Hopefully next week we're able to pick the W. But even next week our opponent is really good, a really good player, ReggieTube1. So yeah, get hyped for that next week. Also, upload should be regular by throughout this week, and you know, 2 videos per week. I'm gonna try that. One is gonna be ideal and one is gonna be another video. So yeah, we lose. Our record now is 3 wins, 3 losses, and yeah, so it is what it is. So anyways guys, if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. Tell me what I need to improve on in the future by letting me know through the comment section down below. Also subscribe if you haven't already for more fun Pokemon content, and share the video with other Pokemon lovers who would like my content. So guys, I will leave you here. I'll come back next time at 3 into 10 raised to the power 8 meters per second, and peace.